Most mornings I wake up at 6 a.m. and mostly just because when I'm running in the mornings I can get my day sorted in my head and really nail down what I need to accomplish over the course of the next 24 hours. To prepare for my run, I go out to the garage and I grab my running jacket and any other clothes that are drying on our little clothesline in the corner of the garage. After coming in, I checked the weather and I noticed that it was going to be a little colder than normal. So I decided to go in my closet and grab some thermals to basically stay warm and not freeze on my run this morning. Okay. It's cold. With somebody that has a schedule that varies literally every single day, starting it with something that is consistent and the same every single day really does help give what would otherwise be a chaotic schedule and a inconsistent schedule, and gives it some kind of structure, especially right at the beginning of the day. Another side benefit to running in the mornings, especially running in a city, is you get to see some pretty interesting things. And in addition to seeing different and weird things, I also get to explore a little bit. This kind of allows that to get out of my system. On today's run, I ended up finding a broken fence and decided to explore it a little bit. Don't think that's an official entrance, but I'm willing to give it a shot. After going through the fence and finding what was just a normal high school that I'd actually never ran to before, I continued on my run and found a weird gated kind of community that wasn't so gated, and then ran into a car that I felt horrible for the owner. And then after seeing my friend on the sidewalk, I ran home. Once I get back from my run, I almost always turn the pot on to heat the water up to make coffee. And then after a quick change, not a shower, a quick change out of my sweaty, nasty running clothes into some older, dirty clothes, that way I'm not dirtying up new clothing, then I start making coffee for my wife and I. My favorite way of making coffee is Chemex or a pour over. And since we just got a brand new Chemex with a fancy handle, I decided to put that to good use today. After that, I made oatmeal or any kind of breakfast. Normally it's eggs on a little sandwich, but we just came back from California and we have no food, and oatmeal is literally the only thing that we have. Oatmeal and a tangerine were my breakfast. After sitting on the couch and watching an episode of Friends and talking to my wife and saying good morning to the cats, then I immediately go shower. I take a quick shower with an audience. Max loves to watch a shower. I don't know why. I think he just likes watching the water. I've been told other cats do this, but he loves watching us in the shower. Immediately after showering, I get dressed for the day and make the commute upstairs to my office. Once in my office, I sit down right here and I start editing for the day or accomplishing any tasks that need to get done, whether that be recording drums, making videos, or editing and shooting videos, or just whatever the day may hold, I get done right here. After a quick phone call meeting with my wife and I and a potential client, then we grab some lunch, and since we don't have any food in the house for lunch, we had to get a little creative. So this is the first for us. We've never done this before, but we actually order groceries. We order groceries off of Amazon Prime. And by we, I mean Savannah. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm glad it's done. And we don't want to go anywhere. After lunch, we sit down and we continue to edit and get some work done for a few more hours. And for me, since I make videos every single day, I literally just shoot some stuff and then edit, shoot some stuff and then edit. So it's a back and forth type of thing where if I'm not talking to camera or making some kind of content with this camera or shooting something, then I'm editing what I just shot on this camera or whatever other camera on this laptop. I also forgot to mention that I'm trying to kind of like a voiceover format, a little bit different than my normal vlogs. Let me know what you think. Also, I realized that recording into this iPad, this whole contraption is kind of janky. I'm trying to keep everything as streamlined and as simple as I possibly can so I can still produce 5 different videos every single week without going crazy. and I think it sounds okay. After editing everything that I had just shot, I needed some more. Making these videos, it's very shoot some, edit some, shoot some, edit some as it comes along. But after I finished editing everything that I had shot, I realized that I ran out of juice on my batteries. After getting up and doing my stretches, I had to go grab a new one. And I thought I had one charging already, but turns out I was wrong and it was actually just in my bag. So I grabbed a new one out of my bag, put it in the camera, and then put the one that was out of batteries on the charger. And then I decided to go outside. I think I'm gonna go outside. I'll be right back. Before I went outside, I heard a knock on the door, so I thought I would check it out. And turns out that it was a package that we were expecting, or the cats were expecting. And I decided to open it and look at it when I would get back from my skateboard ride. I'll look at that when I get back. Nashville being Nashville is super cold, so I had to change my outfit. I had to change jackets because the weather's, you know. Man, I miss this thing. Bringing a penny board, it's great, but when you go from this to a penny board, it's honestly kind of depressing. Is that a car trunk? Looks like a trunk. So I totally was about to put my tripod on this, thinking it's a perfect little tripod stand. I'm glad I didn't. You know, I'm convinced that the way weather feels in California is significantly different than what it feels like in Tennessee. Like right now, it's like 49 degrees here, and I'm okay with basically just a windbreaker. But in California, when it was 65 degrees and I wore this, I was freezing. Like I needed to put the other layer inside this, which is like the goose down thing. I needed way more layers for warmer weather than I do here, where it's not even 50 degrees. Doesn't make any sense. Basically, all that to be said, I'm cold and I'm going home. Once I got home, I decided to do something before building the cat tree. I decided to get in our hot tub because, I don't know if you knew, but a large portion of recovering from runs, I really depend on the hot tub. Just sitting there for a couple of minutes just really does my knees well. After about 20 minutes I got out and I decided that I would build the cat tree. And I realized the directions were one page. These instructions are less than a page. After getting the drill, I realized I couldn't use it, so I had to assemble everything by hand. The drill was completely useless to me. And then after struggling for about 20 minutes, I decided to give up and see if Savannah wanted to do it, and I opted to make coffee for our energy. And of course I had to have a snack too. While I was doing that, Savannah was struggling to build the cat tree, so I made her some coffee and gave it to her. And then I continued to help her while snacking. Max couldn't wait to play with the tree, so he decided to help out by playing and testing it out. Once we had it built, I had to drag it to the windowsill, and Max still refused to get out of it, so I just drug him over there with it. I think he enjoyed it. And then Blue hopped on the tree and they started playing, even though I'm pretty sure Blue didn't want to play and Max was just instigating it, wanting to fight. Once the cat tree was built and the cats were fine, I decided to do my least favorite thing that I had to do today, which was the dishes. I absolutely hate dishes, and it's the bane of my existence, and somehow it's something that I have to do every single day. It amazes me how many dishes 2 people can make. It definitely is a full-time job. Once that was done, then I decided to haul myself back up to my office and get some more editing done because I had procrastinated enough and I had some stuff that still needed to get tended to. After a couple more hours of work and getting to a place where I felt satisfied with everything that I had done for the day, then I decided to call it and go downstairs and wind down. Doing this, we had dinner, and then afterwards I played some video games. I spent, I don't want to say how much, on Grand Theft Auto stuff, and I decided to play that to help me unwind and help me just relax for the rest of the night. And that's pretty much what my day looks like. Obviously it changes a little bit or a lot of bit, but I try to have certain staples like my runs and stuff like that in my day to give me some kind of sense of normalcy and some kind of structure. Even if today can be completely different what tomorrow is, having those little nuggets of routine help me just feel stable and help me, it gives me a sense of stability in my life instead of just chaos all the time. But all right, that's it. If you made it this far, thank you so much. That's what my day in the life looks like of making videos every single day. If you like the video, feel free to hit the like button down below, and if you haven't yet, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Like I said, I make daily vlogs 5 days a week. And if you make videos or you found this interesting or anything else, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. And with that, I'm gonna go play video games.